Over the last couple of days, I've been reflecting my travels of the last 2.5 years, and I realised that I have so many untold stories that I've not shared with you all. And today I want to share with you my biggest travel mistakes. You might assume that as a long-term traveller that I very rarely make mistakes anymore on my travels. Well, you would be wrong. Even as close as a couple of weeks ago, I made one of my biggest travel mistakes so far. And to be honest, it could have been so much worse. Let me tell you that story. I was in a restaurant in the Czech Republic. I just spent a week travelling through Slovakia and Poland, and I decided to pay for my meal on my debit card. The waiter came up to me with his machine. I put my card in it and entered my PIN. Now when I did that, it asked me if I would like to leave a tip. So I thought, okay, I'm in the Czech Republic. If I enter a tip of 50,000 Czech koruna, that will be about £2 or £3 as a tip. The meal was good. The meal came to about £28. But that amount of Czech koruna isn't £2 or £3. Yes, my card was rejected. At the time, I couldn't understand why. But thankfully, the nerdy explorer was there with me, so he used his card to pay. All good, we leave the restaurant. Later that day, I tried to use an ATM machine, and my bank wouldn't allow me to withdraw any money. So the next day, I contact my bank, and what they say to me is a bit of a shock. Basically, somebody tried to withdraw £1,347. I thought, whoa, that must have been the restaurant. And then I thought back to my tip of 50,000 Czech koruna. The reason why my card was rejected was I tried to give the restaurant waiter a £1,300 tip. Yes, you heard that right. £1,300 tip. And I just completely messed up the currency conversion. Completely. I've been to so many countries in the last couple of months that I just lost track of currency conversion. I didn't check it on my phone that I always use, an app called XE. And yeah, the bank said to me that I had two options. Either they would unlock my account and the £1,342 transaction would go through and the restaurant would receive a lot of money, or I would have to cancel my card, treat it as fraud, and get the card sent to my dad's address. Thankfully, I'm in Poland only for a short period of time. I'm going back home to the UK. And I do have a backup card, which is just proving the point really of what I've said in many videos. Always make sure you have a backup when you're travelling long term. Now, had my bank not been as good on the security as many other banks aren't, then I would have been out of pocket by a lot of money, and that waiter would have been very, very happy. Very happy. That mistake was big enough, but it could have been so much bigger. And it reminds me of a similar travel mistake that I made in Narita Airport in Tokyo. I wanted to withdraw £50 so that I could pay for my airport transfer, and I had some money to buy some drinks and food later on in the day. So I went to the ATM and I withdrew what I thought was £50 worth of Japanese yen. And then a couple of days later I checked my bank account. What I'd actually withdrawn was £350 roughly. Now, I was so lucky because I was staying in Tokyo for a month. Now, had I only been visiting there for a couple of days, then I would have potentially had a lot of money that I would have had to have converted into British pounds or whatever currency of the country that I was visiting next. And that would have just been a pain because I would have lost out in money with the currency exchanges and all that kind of thing, but it could have been a lot worse. It just goes to show that even as an experienced long-term traveller, you still make mistakes. You have to have your wits about you at all times and make sure that you double and triple check any withdrawals that you're making at the ATM or any transactions at a restaurant or supermarket. Just so important to check things. Down in the comments, if you have made any travel mistakes, please let us know so that myself and other people who watch this video can learn from your mistakes. If you watch my Instagram stories, you know that I've been trying to create this video for the last 2 days, and the weather has driven me absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. It's not a word that I use very often, but bonkers it has. It's been raining, it's been windy, it's just not been good for filming at all. I don't want to damage my camera, and to be honest, I just wanted to get this story out, so that's why I filmed in my apartment today. But for those of you that are still watching the video, for Thursday and Friday I'm going to be doing exploring vlogs. I'm going to be out and about trying local food, visiting a few attractions and just exploring Krakow in Poland. For those that do not know, I'm going to be going to Iceland next month for a week. I'm going there with the Nerdy Explorer. We have hired a 4x4 vehicle so we can go off-road. That should be pretty epic. And also we have rented a cabin in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be fantastic. I am going to be creating videos, but I probably won't be uploading whilst I'm there in Iceland due to the internet, and I just want to focus on creating the videos and telling the stories so that I can edit those videos and upload them when I come back to the UK. If you are still watching this video, well done, because in October a new adventure commences, and I'm not going to tell you where I'm going. All I can tell you is it's going to be pretty epic, and for 3 months we're going to be travelling pretty much non-stop. So keep a lookout for that, keep subscribed. If you are new to the channel, click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and I shall see you soon. Keep safe and don't forget to explore.